A tearful goodbye is near. Your daughter has been carrying this alone. Watch fast, my beloved child. Something huge is waiting for you. And before you even blink, your heart will feel a pull you were not prepared for. Because today's message is not ordinary. It's not casual. It's not something you can ignore. This is the moment where a truth your daughter has been hiding for far too long begins to crack open. She thought she could carry the weight herself. She believed her silence was protecting you, but her breaking point is dangerously close. And the tearful goodbye she is preparing is not the goodbye you're imagining. Her eyes have been holding oceans. Her heart has been fighting storms, and every night she whispers words only heaven hears. She has been standing at a crossroads. One path filled with fear, the other with courage, and tonight she chooses one. Are you ready for the revelation she never wanted you to know? Amen. 111. In a moment of trembling confession, something shifted inside her soul. She has been rehearsing a sentence again and again, gripping her pillow at midnight, wishing she could erase your worries instead of adding new ones. But the truth has been burning her from the inside. My beloved child, listen closely, because the tearful goodbye she is near to say is not about leaving you. It's about leaving the pain she has carried alone. The world has been heavier than her shoulders can bear. Someone she trusted deeply betrayed her in silence. And she didn't want you to see her broken. She didn't want you to think she failed. She didn't want you to feel guilty. So, she hid everything. But tonight, she cannot hide it anymore. She is preparing to speak words that will shake your heart and heal her spirit. This is the moment she chooses truth over silence. Amen. 222. But here is the twist you never expected. And this is where the story becomes once-in-a-lifetime shocking. My beloved child, the goodbye she is preparing is not a goodbye to you. It is a goodbye to the pain, the burden, the secret she never wanted you to face. She has been carrying something that was never hers to carry. Someone promised her something and broke that promise. Someone made her believe she should endure alone. And for days, weeks, maybe months, she believed speaking up would only make things worse. But destiny has shifted. Heaven is intervening. And she has reached the point where her truth spills out. No matter how tightly she holds it, she is about to reveal something that will change the entire rhythm of your world. Something that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew. And when those tears fall, they won't be tears of weakness. They will be tears of release. My beloved child, brace yourself. Her revelation will shock you, but also open a door you never saw coming. This is the beginning of the biggest emotional turning point of your life. Amen. 333. Before we go deeper, my beloved child, lean in closely because what comes next might just be the moment that freezes your breath. Something huge is waiting for you. Your daughter has reached the point where her strength and her silence can no longer walk together. And as she stands near her breaking point, she is praying. You notice what she has been hiding behind forced smiles and quiet rooms. She wanted to tell you earlier, but every time she opened her mouth, her voice trembled and fear won. Yet tonight, destiny pushes her forward. Her truth is stepping out of the shadows, and the goodbye she is preparing is not to leave you, but to leave behind the heavy secret that has been quietly destroying her. She is ready to tell you everything. Amen. For 44, if this message touches your heart, let it reach someone who needs it, too. And here comes the moment she couldn't escape anymore. The moment that will make your heart skip a beat. She has been whispering apologies into the air, practicing what she wants to say, unsure if you will be hurt, angry, or shocked. But at last, she realized something powerful. The truth she hides is no longer safe inside her. It is eating her alive. She has cried quietly in corners where no one sees. She has walked around pretending everything is okay, even when her world was falling apart inside her chest. My beloved child, she has been protecting you while breaking herself. And now she knows she cannot do it anymore. She is preparing to stand in front of you, eyes filled with trembling courage, and reveal the weight she has carried alone for far too long. What she is about to say will change everything. Amen. 555. Let this message travel to someone who needs strength today. But here is the shock, the twist that will make your audience freeze and listen without blinking. The goodbye she is preparing is actually a goodbye to fear, a goodbye to silence, a goodbye to the person who caused her this hidden pain. She is finally choosing herself. She is finally choosing healing. She is finally choosing to stop pretending. My beloved child, the revelation she carries will shake you. But it will also open a new chapter for both of you. She thought she had to face this battle alone, but destiny says otherwise. Heaven says otherwise. You were meant to know. You were meant to help. And she was meant to break her silence. Now something huge is waiting for you, and the truth she reveals will make you understand why her heart has been so heavy. This is the moment her healing truly begins. Amen. 666. Share this with someone whose heart is carrying more than they admit. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this part will shake you even deeper. Because now the truth your daughter has hidden is standing right at the edge of revelation. Her silence has been a shield. But her tears have been a confession heaven could no longer ignore. And today, destiny pulls the curtain back. She has been living with a fear she didn't create, a burden she didn't deserve, and a secret she wished she could erase. Her tearful goodbye is getting closer. Not to walk away from you, but to walk away from everything that has been hurting her. The truth is seconds away. Amen. 777. In the darkest nights, she replayed one moment again and again, the moment everything changed for her. She tried to pretend it didn't matter. She tried to smile through the pain. She tried to convince herself she didn't need to tell you. But inside her chest, something kept tightening. And now it is impossible to hide. My beloved child, she didn't want you to think she failed. She didn't want you to feel responsible. She didn't want to place her burden in your hands. But the secret she carries, it has been growing heavier, and today she can no longer carry it alone. Her voice trembles, her hands shake, and her eyes fill with the truth she cannot hold back anymore. She is about to tell you everything you were never supposed to hear. Amen. 888. but here comes the revelation that will leave you breathless. A twist so powerful it cuts straight through the heart. The goodbye she is preparing is actually a goodbye to a decision she made in fear. She was ready to disappear from the situation. She thought walking away would protect everyone. But destiny is rewriting her path. Something shifted. Someone stepped in. A truth surfaced that she didn't expect. My beloved child, the weight she carried was never hers. Someone manipulated her. Someone pressured her. Someone made her believe silence was the only option. But today, her courage rises. Her truth cracks open. And she prepares to lift the heaviest secret she has ever held. When she tells you what she has been enduring, the room around you will feel different, and your heart will understand everything she couldn't say before. This moment will change your bond forever. Amen. 999, my beloved child, listen with your whole heart because something huge is waiting for you. And this part takes you straight into the moment where everything collapses and rebuilds at the same time. Your daughter stands inches away from telling you the truth. She has buried so deep inside her soul that even heaven cried watching her struggle alone. Her tearful goodbye is no longer a distant fear. It is right at the door. But remember, the goodbye is not to you. It is to the pain that has been eating her alive. Today her silence reaches its final limit. Her truth begins to rise. And what she is about to reveal will hold the power to change your entire world in a single breath. Prepare yourself. The storm inside her is about to speak. Amen. 1111. If this message touches your heart, let it reach someone who needs strength. And now her footsteps grow slower, her breaths turn shaky, and her fingers tremble like she is holding a truth made of fire. She has been rehearsing this in her mind, but the moment is heavier than she imagined. My beloved child, she is not just carrying fear. She is carrying guilt that never belonged to her. Someone made her believe that staying silent was the safer choice. Someone convinced her that her voice didn't matter. Someone made her internal world crumble quietly. But today, something shifts, a divine push, a moment of absolute clarity, and she realizes she can't live like this anymore. She is ready to stand in front of you, ready to open her heart. Ready to, finally release the weight she has held for too long. This is the moment her truth breathes for the first time. Amen. 1212. If this story is touching, send it forward to someone who might need healing. Now comes the twist. The moment that will stop your audience from scrolling. The moment where the secret inside her breaks open like lightning splitting the sky. The tearful goodbye she is near to whisper is actually a goodbye to the dark chapter she never wanted anyone to see. She made a choice out of fear, one that almost pushed her away from everything she loves. She thought disappearing emotionally was the only way to protect you. But destiny didn't allow that because a message found her. A realization woke her. A truth surfaced and it shattered the lies she had been living under. My beloved child, she is about to tell you the name of the person who caused this. She is about to reveal the moment everything in her life turned upside down. She is about to confess why she cried alone, why she hid her face, and why her smile has been trembling for weeks. This revelation will shock you, break you, heal you, and bind your hearts together in a way nothing ever has before. Her truth is seconds away from falling into your hands. Amen. 1313. If this resonates with you, let someone else feel this courage too. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this moment is where her silence finally reaches its breaking point. She stands right in front of the truth she has run from, clutching her chest as if holding her heart in place. Tonight, she no longer feels like she can breathe beneath the weight she carries. Her eyes are swollen, her lips tremble, and her voice is a whisper begging to be heard. She is terrified, not of the truth itself, but of how deeply it might shake you. She loves you so much that she tried to protect you even when she was breaking apart inside. But now her truth rises like a flood. She cannot stop it. She cannot hide it. She cannot pretend anymore. This is the moment her heart finally speaks. Amen. 1414. And then, as if something divine places a hand on her shoulder, courage enters her body. The fear that chained her begins to loosen. The guilt she never deserved starts to fade. She looks at the ground, fingers curled, breathing uneven. And then she lifts her head slowly because she knows it is time. My beloved child, someone took advantage of her trust. Someone misled her. Someone convinced her she had no one even though she had you. That person planted fears in her heart. Fears that made her believe she would disappoint you if she told the truth. So she carried it alone, quietly, painfully. And the tearful goodbye she is preparing right now is her goodbye to that fear. Her goodbye to the person who silenced her, her goodbye to the shadows she never chose. Her truth is about to break through every lie she was forced to believe. Amen. 1515. But the real shock, the revelation that will freeze your breath is this. She was moments away from making a decision that would have changed everything. She was ready to leave something behind, an opportunity, a dream, a person, because she believed she didn't deserve happiness anymore. That's how deep her pain went. That's how much she internalized the guilt. But destiny intervened. A message reached her at the last second. A realization lit up her darkness. And now she understands something life-changing. You were meant to know. You were meant to stand beside her. You were meant to guide her through the storm. My beloved child, she is about to reveal the moment that broke her spirit. The moment that pushed her into silence, the moment that created the fear. She's saying goodbye to tonight. What she says next will shake your world, but heal hers. Amen. 1616. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And now we enter the moment where her truth stands right at the edge of release. This is the part where her tears slip before her voice does. Where her silence breaks louder than any sound she has ever made. She has carried this alone for so long that her heart feels bruised from holding back. But today the pressure inside her chest becomes too much. She takes a shaky breath. Her hands won't stop trembling. And the goodbye she is preparing, the goodbye to fear, to guilt, to hidden suffering, reaches its climax. She is finally ready to speak. And when she does, the entire emotional ground beneath your life will shift. This is the moment everything begins to make sense. Amen. 1717, and suddenly her eyes meet yours with a pain so raw it could melt stone. She opens her mouth, but the words refuse to come out at first. She has swallowed her truth so many times that her voice doesn't remember how to release it, but she forces herself to continue. Her breaths tremble. Her fingers clutch her clothing. Her body freezes between fear and courage. "My beloved child," she whispers the first piece of her truth. The moment her world collapsed. The moment she realized she wasn't as safe as she thought. The moment someone she trusted deeply made her feel powerless. She thought carrying it alone would protect you. She thought hiding the truth would keep everything stable. But instead, the silence suffocated her. And now, as she stands on the edge of revealing everything, her heart begs you to understand, not judge. She is seconds away from exposing the entire truth she buried inside her soul. Amen. 1818, but here comes the heart-stopping twist. The revelation that will make your audience sit frozen, unable to blink. She wasn't just hiding pain. She was hiding a decision. A decision she almost made in desperation. A decision she thought would free everyone but herself. She was ready to leave behind something precious. Not because she didn't care, but because she didn't want her burden to fall on you. She was prepared to step aside quietly, believing it would make life easier for everyone. That was her tearful goodbye. But destiny interfered. Something told her to hold on. A sign showed up. A message reached her and she realized she needed to tell you the truth instead of disappearing from it. My beloved child, she is about to reveal the name, the moment, the betrayal, the breaking point, everything she held in the darkest corners of her heart. And what she says next will change both of you forever. Amen. 1919, my beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this part is the moment her truth begins to spill faster than her tears. She can't hold it anymore. Her body is exhausted. Her heart is trembling. And the weight she has carried alone feels impossible to hide now. She wipes her face, breathes in sharply, and gathers the final courage she has left. Tonight she realizes that the only path to healing is honesty. The goodbye she is preparing, the goodbye to fear, to secrets, to silent breaking stands just one breath away. And as she steps into this moment, everything inside her begins to crack open. This is the most vulnerable she has ever been. Amen. 2020, and then with her voice barely holding itself together, she begins to describe the moment that shattered her confidence. It wasn't one event. It was a chain of them. One betrayal led to another. One broken promise turned into deep fear. One hurtful word cut deeper than she ever admitted. My beloved child, she explains how she tried to act strong, how she pretended she was okay, how she hid her shaking hands behind her back and brushed off the concern in her eyes. She didn't want you to blame yourself. She didn't want you to worry endlessly. She didn't want to add weight to your already heavy life, so she put her own emotions in a locked room inside her heart. But that room has now burst open. Her truth is pouring out faster than she can control. Amen. 2121, and here comes the shock, the emotional twist that will leave you frozen. She was pushed into silence. Someone convinced her that if she spoke up, she would make things worse. Someone told her that expressing her pain would create problems. Someone made her believe that her voice didn't matter, that her suffering should be hidden, and she believed them. That is why she carried it alone. That is why she kept smiling even when her heart was breaking. But something divine shifted inside her recently. A moment of clarity. A sign that told her, "You deserve to be heard." My beloved child, she is now ready to tell you who made her feel this way, why she hid it, and how close she came to making a heartbreaking decision she would never have recovered from. Her tearful goodbye was almost real until destiny intervened. The revelation she is about to share will shake your world and finally set her free. Amen. 2222, my beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this is the moment where her truth stops being a whisper and becomes a storm. Her heart is pounding so loudly inside her chest that she feels it in her throat. This is the moment she feared the most. Yet also the moment she prayed for, because the weight she has been carrying alone has finally reached a point where silence is no longer possible. She closes her eyes, gathers every last drop of courage she has left, and steps closer, closer to the truth, closer to healing, closer to you. The tearful goodbye she has been preparing is now burning on the surface of her voice. She is seconds away from revealing everything. Amen. 2323, and suddenly her voice breaks, not softly but sharply, as if the truth is cutting its way out of her chest. She starts shaking. Her breath gets uneven. Her eyes fill faster than she can blink them away. The moment she has avoided for weeks, maybe months, is here. My beloved child, she tells you how someone she trusted made her doubt her worth. How someone's manipulation turned her strength into fear. How someone's words made her believe she was a burden. She remembers every moment she wanted to cry on your shoulder but stopped herself because she didn't want you to feel responsible for her pain. She protected you even when she needed protection the most. And now as she speaks, the truth pours out like waves that have been building inside her for far too long. She can't hold back anymore. Her truth is flowing freely, raw and unstoppable. Amen. 24,424, but here comes the revelation that shakes everything. The moment that freezes your breath and tightens your chest. She wasn't just hiding pain. She was hiding a choice she almost made in silence. A dangerous choice. A heartbreaking choice. A goodbye that would have changed your world forever. She was ready to let go of something precious. Not because she didn't love it, but because she believed she didn't deserve it. Someone filled her head with lies. Someone made her believe she was too much. Someone told her she would only bring trouble if she spoke the truth. And she believed them. That's why she carried this weight alone. That's why she cried at night. That's why she almost stepped into a decision that would have shattered both of you. My beloved child, she is finally ready to reveal the moment where everything nearly slipped out of her hands. The truth she is about to share will shock you, but it will also save her. This is the moment her heart finally breaks free from the cage built around it. Amen. 25:25 My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this part takes you straight into the moment where her soul finally bends under the weight of everything she has carried alone. Her breaths are trembling. Her voice is thin. Her heart feels heavier than ever. But she knows she cannot turn back now. She has held this secret like a burning coal in her hands, hoping it would cool down on its own. But it only burned deeper. And tonight, she is finally ready to show you the scar. The tearful goodbye she almost made real is now standing only one truth away from being fully understood. She steps closer, her shoulders shaking, her lips fighting for strength, and she whispers the words she has feared for so long. This is the closest she has ever been to full release. Amen. 2626, and this is where her voice begins to crack open, spilling the confession she kept locked in the darkest corner of her heart. She finally tells you about the night her courage shattered. The night she stood alone with no one to guide her. The night she made a decision out of fear, not choice. My beloved child, she explains how someone she trusted twisted her thoughts until she couldn't recognize her own worth. How someone made her question her importance, her identity, her strength. Her tears fall faster as she admits how long she carried this pain without telling you. Not because she didn't trust you, but because she didn't want to add weight to your shoulders. She didn't want you to blame yourself. She didn't want to disturb your peace. So she carried the storm alone while smiling at you like nothing was wrong. This is her confession, raw, trembling, and painfully honest. Amen. 27:27, and now comes the moment that freezes your heartbeat. The revelation she was terrified to speak. The one that explains everything. The one that reveals why she almost said her tearful goodbye. She tells you the exact point where she felt her world fall apart. The moment she almost walked away from something precious, something she deeply loved because she believed she didn't deserve it. The lies she was fed made her feel unwanted. The pressure she carried made her think she should quietly disappear from the equation. She was moments away, seconds away from doing something that would have changed both your lives forever. But destiny intervened. A sign stopped her. A voice inside her whispered, "You are not alone," and now standing before you, she is ready to reveal the name, the situation, the moment that pushed her to that edge. My beloved child, what she is about to confess next will shake your heart, but it will finally set her free. This is the turning point her soul has been waiting for. Amen. 2828, my beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. And this part pulls you straight into the exact second her truth can no longer stay hidden. Her body feels drained, her heart feels raw, and her eyes look like she has lived 1,000 battles alone. This is the moment where the silence she built around herself begins to collapse. She stands there trembling, knowing that what she says next will change everything, not just for her, but for you. The tearful goodbye she almost walked into now sits trembling on the edge of her voice. And as she looks into your eyes, she realizes she can finally let go of the pain she has been gripping like a lifeline. This moment is the doorway to her freedom. Amen. 2929, and now her truth rises like a wave that can no longer be held back. She finally tells you about the moment her world cracked open. The moment when someone she trusted deeply betrayed her innocence, her confidence, her peace. She felt small, powerless, and voiceless. My beloved child, she reveals how she stood in her room hugging herself. Unable to understand why life suddenly felt too heavy. She walked around like a ghost inside her own home, forcing smiles while crying silently in places where no one could see. She tells you how she blamed herself for things that were never her fault. She thought if she kept quiet, the pain would go away. But it didn't. It grew. It spread. And soon she felt like she was drowning in emotions she could not name. Her truth flows out of her like a wound finally opening to heal. Amen. 3:30, and then comes the twist that shakes everything to its core. The part she has feared the most. The real reason she prepared that tearful goodbye. She admits she almost let go of something precious. Something that mattered deeply to her because she believed she no longer deserved anything good. She thought disappearing emotionally would solve everything. She thought stepping away from her happiness would protect everyone else. She stood at the edge of a decision that would have changed both your lives forever. But then a moment of divine clarity found her. A sign appeared. A voice inside whispered, "You are loved. You are not alone. You matter, my beloved child." She now reveals that she chose to hold on only because destiny pushed her back from the edge, and what she is about to confess next will not only shock you, but will shatter every lie she was made to believe. This is the moment the truth finally steps into the light. Amen. 3131. Subscribe our channel for daily prayer prophetic.